Hola, soy el señor Medina. Lo que vamos a hacer un repaso de cómo utilizar las potencias, las leyes de potencias, law of exponents. So let's go and do some review on how to apply these. First of all, you see the exponent 0. When you have exponent 0, you're always going to get 1. When you're multiplying, and then you're going to add the exponents. Okay. In order to just remember, the only thing you have to just remember o tienes que recordar que las bases, que en este caso es la b, si tienen las mismas bases, sus potencias se pueden sumar. Pero si son diferentes bases, no se pueden sumar. Okay. En este lado tenemos los números y fíjate cómo se suman el 5 más 3. Cuando es una división, tiene que cumplir con el mismo requisito. Las bases tienen que ser iguales y si cumple con ese requisito, se pueden restar las potencias. Cuando son potencias que tienen bases, las bases tienen potencias negativas, nunca se puede quedar en negativo el exponente. You can never leave the exponent negative. Lo tenemos que simplificar para que se vea de esa forma, positivo. Now, cuando dice power to power, si tiene paréntesis y una potencia, y luego otro paréntesis y luego con otra potencia afuera, se multiplica. So just be careful how you multiply the exponents in this case. I know over here I told you that you add when it's multiplication, but see how I have two bases? Here I only have one base and two exponents. So, and then it has parentheses, and that's why you multiply the exponents in this case. And then later we'll be discussing on how to simplify exponents that had equations. I'm not equations, I'm sorry, fractions. Okay? Alright, so let's try to do some problems applying the law of exponents. Okay, first we start with the first one. So again, see my exponent is negative, so I cannot leave it negative, so what I have to do, simplify, applying the rule law of exponents. Se escribe 1 y sobre 2. And then that one's done. Okay, now be careful with the second one. The second one, which one is the base? It's not the 5, okay? The base that has the negative exponent is the y and not the 5, so be very careful. And basically the only thing that's going to go down when I simplify this is the y, so that I can change this exponent to positive. El 5 se queda arriba, es como si fuera el 1, and then just bring down the y. That gives you, let me just erase this so I can correct it. So it gives you y 4. Okay. Alright, now let's go ahead and do a little more. It requires a little more steps. See how the base 3 has positive 2, but the y and the z have exponents negatives. So the only thing that's going to go down is the y and the z. This I'm just going to simplify. Aquí se dice que se repite el 3 dos veces, eso quiere decir que se va a multiplicar 3 por 3, que viene saliendo 9. So just write down 9, and then bring down the bases that have negative exponents. So give me y to the second power, z to the second power, and that's basically about it. Okay, now let's move on how to add exponents. Again, they have to have the same base. In this case, the 3 is the base, the x is the base. Okay, and that's how when you in order to add when you multiply in exponents, you basically are adding the exponents. So como vamos a hacer? We separate the numbers. 3 minus 5 plus 5, right? Close parentheses. Now I'm gonna go ahead and write the x. When it doesn't have anything, that means it has a 1, right? So it'd be 1 plus 4. Right, so I'm gonna get here negative 5 plus 5 is 3 to the power of 0, and here I'm gonna get x 5. Una potencia que tiene 0 siempre nos da 1. Entonces sencillamente además se va a escribir x5 y ya no escribe el 1, ¿ok? Porque siempre se puede asumir cuando un variable no tiene un número afuera, se puede asumir que tiene 1 aquí. Alright, so estos son los adding exponents, como utilizando the applying the exponent rules cuando tienen las mismas bases y queremos sumar las potencias, es multiplicación. Ahora vamos a dividir ah, dividing exponents, ¿ok? Y nos dice, esto va a ser lo opuesto de una multiplicación. Aquí se suman, pues en este lado se van a restar. So basically, write the base, right? And then it's going to give me 5 minus 3, que nos va a dar x2. And that's it. Alright, the next one is basically the same, simplified the same way as the first one. Just only thing, be careful. See how we have a negative in the bottom, but I need to subtract it. So I'm going to write it like this. So x7 minus, right, because we're subtracting, minus, but the exponent is negative, so I have to write parentheses like that, okay, because this had a negative exponent. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and continue simplify. This changes into positive, right, because negative times negative is positive, so it's 7 plus 3. So my final answer is x10. Okay. Alright, so let's continue moving on. Now I'm going to use combining different, applying some of the rules from the exponents, right? And this is called combining rules to simplify. In this case, it looks like it's multiplication. The second problem is going to be division. So again, I'm going to do it just like I did the adding the exponents. I'm going to separate the numbers. 3 has a negative, and there's nothing next to it, right? So it's going to be negative 1. So let me write that like that. I have how many a's? 8 here and 2 a's inside. So I'm going to go ahead and write A3, A, and A. When it has no exponents, it's assumed that it has an exponent of 1. And there's only one b to the 6th power. Right, I'm going to multiply 3 times negative 1, me da negativo 3. You add the exponents here. 3 plus 1 is going to give me 5. And then bring down the 6 because there's nothing to add. And this is my answer. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and do what the division. Division, see how I have numbers and I have separate letters. So I'm going to separate them just like I've been doing with the other problems. So I'm going to go ahead and write 32 over 8. And it's times. So that's how I'll separate it because it's times. X9 over X8 times Y5 over Y3. Aquí sencillamente se van a dividir. 32 entre 8 nos va a dar 4. Here it has the same base and it's division, so I'm going to subtract. So it's going to give 9 minus 8. It gives me x1. You can write 1 if you want, but I just leave it without a 1 because I already know that it has exponent 1. The y is 5 minus 3. That's going to give me y to the 2nd power. And that's pretty much how we simplify these exponents. I hope this lesson helps you, and we'll see you soon. Take care.